Good morning, and welcome to 50Forward's Fall for 50Forward breakfast event. This is not the way I had envisioned celebrating with you all, and I truly wish we could be together here at our Patricia Hart building. However, if 2020 has taught us anything, it's to be adaptable, and we are grateful that you have chosen to join us in this new virtual format. This morning, we want to share with you a glimpse of our important work to support, champion, and enhance life for adults over the age of 50. We've been doing that at 50Forward since 1956. But the past 6 months have been particularly challenging, especially for older adults. Prior to the outbreak of this pandemic, older adults were the most at-risk population for social isolation and loneliness. Much of what we have done since March is to keep older adults from added risk of further isolation as they stay safer at home. We've done some of this through a variety of programs and services, and this morning we will highlight two primary branches of our mission, our lifelong learning centers and our supportive care programs. So we are here this morning to celebrate our accomplishments over the past year, and we really are grateful that you're here with us. Of course, we also hope to raise some funds as well. Those will allow us to continue providing programs to older adults across Middle Tennessee as we begin to welcome them back. We really have a fairly lofty goal of $45,000, but I hope by the end of this event, you too will have fallen in love with 50Forward. Today's celebration would not be possible without the support of our corporate sponsors. We really are grateful for the ways these organizations partner with us to ensure that adults over the age of 50 can live life to the fullest. Thank you for your support. So the mission of 50Forward is to support, champion, and enhance life for those 50 and older. One of the ways we do this is through our 7 lifelong learning centers. Our centers are located in both Davidson and Williamson County and serve over 3,500 members alone each year. The centers provide engaging programs, exercise classes, local trips every day, educational opportunities, and really so much more. And while the buildings themselves have been closed since March, our work has not stopped. Check out this video to see what we've been up to.
I have come across a lot of people, and for some reason, activities always come up. What do you do? What church do you go to? Do you belong to an organization? One of the things that I've always told them is, have you heard about 50Forward?
So 50Forward is an organization that literally just pours love and life into seniors and active older adults in the Nashville area and beyond, actually. They offer everything from digital programming to fitness classes to arts and crafts and field trips, but most of all, they really want to enhance the lives of active older adults.
My son has lived in the Nashville area for a very long time, and he was the one that mentioned to me that there was an organization, and it was 50Forward, and it was something that I probably should look into, and I did, and I am very happy that I did. It's one of the best things that I've done for myself, and I think for my family, by coming here.
So the impact that 50Forward has on our seniors is unbelievable. We have seniors that come to the door that have recently moved to Nashville with no connection whatsoever, and they instantly come in and have activities and individuals who want to meet them, and they end up having friendships out of it, which is great. We also have seniors that realize that at that age, they're still living and wanting to experience new activities, and so 50Forward offers that as well.
I thought about how I was going to go into 50Forward and what it was that I wanted, so I actually went on the website. One thing that I wanted to get into was taking care of myself. When I did the research, I saw that they had an exercise program, and they had aerobics and yoga. So I got up one morning and picked myself up and said, I'm going. And honestly, I was really nervous about it. I sat in the parking lot for about 5 minutes before I actually walked in, and they actually gave me a tour of the facility, and I knew instantly that's where I needed to be.
When the pandemic first started, I know that we as 50Forward closed all of our centers, which was a really shocking experience. We're so used to being with them every day that separation was really isolating. Isolation is a huge factor. We have a lot of seniors who are living on their own. They don't have a lot of connections to the outside. They don't feel like it's safe to even leave. And so 50Forward definitely feels the heartbeat of that. And so during this time, we have been very proactive as far as calling our members, checking in on them, making sure they're okay, letting them know that we love them and we're still thinking about them. We also have increased our services that we offer online and have been coaching people as far as how to get on Facebook and how to use Zoom, which is awesome because some of them have never been able to use that before. And then we also have our Meals on Wheels program, which has done an excellent job as far as reaching the community members who don't feel like they can leave their home. We're now bringing food and love to them.
One of the things that I learned coming from Massachusetts to Tennessee is that Tennessee is the volunteer state. And I had seen on a Facebook page that there were organizations who were in desperate need of PPE. And I love sewing and I love crafts. And I said, one of the things that I think I can do is to make masks. Between my son and I, we have made over 1,000 masks.
50Forward right now is putting safety and precautions at the forefront of everything that we do. So between masks being mandate upon entering the building, the way we handle and distribute our food through Meals on Wheels, even with our beep and greet, we want to make sure that everybody is 6 feet away. We're using hand sanitizer. We're very cautious about how we're interacting with our seniors because we know that this is a very big thing and we want to make sure that we protect and love on them as best as we can.
One of the things that I absolutely love about 50Forward, first off, are the people. There is not one person that I have ever encountered that hasn't come to me, extended their hands. If you're interested in exercise groups, that's there, music groups, arts and crafts, just socializing with someone. If you need help with meals, there's an excellent cafeteria. If you're just looking to try something, do it. You are going to just be amazed at how these groups will make you feel.
You can see from that video that our lifelong learning centers have become vital parts of the lives of our members. I really do applaud the creativity, the dedication, enthusiasm our center staff have shown over the past 6 months. They quickly adapted our programs to be certain we met safety guidelines to support center members and make sure older adults were not even more isolated, especially right now. Isolation for older adults can have an impact on health. We know loneliness impacts health about the same as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. According to the National Institute on Aging, loneliness puts older people at higher risk for blood pressure, heart disease, depression, even Alzheimer's disease and death. So over the past few months, when we were all told to stay at home, we knew we had to make a few more changes. Our center staff began calling center members weekly. These phone calls allowed staff to offer conversation, connection during a time when members were even more isolated from their family and community. Since March, 50Forward team members have made more than 13,000 calls to 50Forward center members. Another way we live our mission to support, champion, and enhance life for those 50 and older is through our supportive care services. These vital services ensure older adults have access to healthy, nutritious meals, an advocate if they are experiencing abuse, support to access available resources. Above all, our hope is to keep older adults from isolation, build connections, and let them live and continue living life to the fullest. Here are our supportive care services in action.
I love 50Forward because it's an organization where I think anybody that's a part of it, whether you're working and employed by 50Forward or you're a volunteer, we get the chance to change lives every day. I know that there are other places that could probably say the same, but 50Forward has allowed me that opportunity, and I'm forever grateful for that. So I oversee the conservatorship program, the Living at Home care management program, which is a no-cost program to older adults in the community, and the care team program, which is a fee-for-service program that also provides resources and assistance to older adults in the community. When I was a caregiver for my grandma, I didn't know about 50Forward. I didn't know about, Medicare or Medicaid and the Choices program and services that you're able to get through those programs. And so 50Forward, especially the care management, are important because we can connect older adults to those resources. Everybody gets an assessment, and so when we go through that assessment, we look at medical, activities of daily living, what their social life is like, what their living environment is like, and we just kind of take all of the information in that assessment and we use that to determine what assistance we feel they could use in addition to what they've asked us for. A lot of people come to us with something in mind, and when we do that assessment, a lot of times we find that there are other areas that would be helpful to kind of put them in touch with certain resources. So we've seen COVID, and specifically social distancing, have a really big impact on isolation in older adults. People who were normally able to go grocery shopping or even going to their doctor's appointments or coming to the 50Forward centers, you can't do any of that. I've got some clients who haven't seen their children and their grandchildren, so they're just at home. And then you take into account, the lack of technology, for some people who just never had a chance to learn, or they don't have the funds to purchase an iPad or a laptop or something where they could maybe Zoom or Skype or something. Worked with a lot of our clients to get them set up to have groceries delivered to their door. Just that lack of being able to get out of the house. And so mentally, that can take a huge toll. It's amazing, and it's an honor to be able to help care for them when they are at their most vulnerable, for them to have somebody who will advocate for them, and to try to make sure that they have the best care possible and that they have the best quality of life. So one client memory that I think has really been impactful for me is a veteran that we have. Oh gosh, sorry. And he passed away this year. So he was a conservatorship client, and he was referred to us through Adult Protective Services, and it was a bad situation. I think they found him in a motel room with no sheets on the bed and possible bed bugs or something. So they filed an emergency petition, and 50Forward was appointed as his conservator. He also had some health issues with an amputation in his hand that had gone awry, or just had not been, the proper follow-up had not taken place. So he ended up having to have a couple of fingers amputated, but we were able to get him to the hospital and to get the services that he needed to get his health back on track. And then we were able to get him placed into one of the veterans' homes in the area, and so that is where he lived, and he was around other veterans, and he didn't have any family. The woman that left him in that motel, he called his girlfriend. He trusted her. He added her to his bank accounts, and she cleaned him out, was not using any of it for his care or for any of his needs for that matter. So after we were appointed, we were able to get a restraining order against her and obviously take over all of his funds so that she couldn't access that anymore. I went with him to all of his doctor's appointments. So, we obviously developed a relationship. I just remember when I had to talk to him about making his pre-need burial arrangements, because we try to do that in the conservatorship program so that if the person does have family, they don't have to worry about that once that person passes away. And so I was talking to him about it, and he didn't really have much of a preference, but what he asked me to do was to pick a cemetery that was close to my office so that I could come and visit him very easily. And so, I know, right? And so I did. He is buried at a cemetery that is literally like 5 minutes away from my office. I know exactly where he is. He's by this big tree. It's a beautiful tree. And the day that we buried him, the sun was shining. It was in March. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But it was just really beautiful, and just, I feel like his spirit, you know, was just there. And just knowing that he appreciated me. He would always say thank you. Every time I visit him, thank you for coming to see me. Thank you for coming to see me. When are you coming back? And so just, I hear him. I hear his voice in my head all the time. And just to know that that was one of his last wishes, was to be buried close to my office so that I could, you know, come and see him. And that's what he wanted, was for me to come and see him. That is something that I will never forget.
As you can see, our continuum of supportive care services provides customized support for older adults, their families, and caregivers. This support often allows an older adult to stay in his or her home and live independently. Our incredible supportive care staff make that happen each and every day, and I am truly grateful. I genuinely hope that through the stories we've just heard, you have been inspired by 50Forward and our mission to support, champion, and enhance life for those 50 and older. As you can see, our work has not stopped, and we plan to continue serving older adults no matter what the future brings for us. So I'm asking you now to join us. We cannot do this work without you. We have an ambitious goal of $45,000. Please join us in our work to support older adults, create community, and combat isolation. I want to take this moment to thank our incredible board of directors. Their support, enthusiasm, and dedication over the past 6 months have been invaluable. We're a stronger organization because of their leadership, and I want to thank them. I also want to thank our breakfast ambassadors. These are individuals who are 50Forward supporters and have shared their passion for our work by inviting friends and loved ones to join us this morning. We're incredibly grateful for the ways these individuals have shared our mission with you and the wider Nashville community. So, as we conclude this morning's event, I would like to introduce to you 50Forward board member and treasurer, Lamar Moore. Lamar is a fierce advocate for our mission, and I think you will enjoy hearing from him.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lamar Moore, and I'm on the board here at 50Forward. You know, I fell in love with 50Forward a couple of years ago. I heard a few testimonies from members about how 50Forward has impacted their life, and that really just hit home for me. You know, so many people are impacted daily, and 50Forward has just been a shining light for those individuals. I've always had a passion for the older adult community, and 50Forward is an organization that I believe is doing great things to impact those lives daily. And that's why we're here today. We can't do this work without you and without your help. Today we're asking you to join us in our mission to support, champion, and enhance the life of our older adults, and make a financial contribution today. As we navigate through these coming months, your gift will be crucial to ensuring that we can continue to meet the growing needs for our older adults in the Nashville area. And I'm not just asking for me, but I'm asking for our friends, our family, and our fellow Nashvillians who rely on 50Forward every day for our life-changing services. Our goal today is $45,000, and I know we can reach it. There are several ways you can give. You can simply take out your phone and text FORWARD to 401-444, and you'll receive a link, and you can immediately make a donation. Or if you would like to give online, you can go to 50forward.org/donate. If you would like to deepen your relationship with 50Forward, I challenge you to become a monthly donor. Our monthly contributors are a vital part of our success, and we would love for you to join this team of supporters. Thank you again for joining us this morning. We hope that you've learned more about our work and have fallen in love with 50Forward.